Hey guys, Kevin here. I don't know if you guys noticed at all, but we are in a different hostel today. Reason being because we are on our first day of our Shamrocker tour. But we'll get to that later in a separate video. But I'm here to fill in for you what Neil doesn't remember on his birthday. So from where Neil left off, I believe we just finished Supermax. So what happened after that was I went to the washroom and came back out to see him puking, leaned up against the garbage can. So he was puking at probably about 100 yards from our hostel in the middle of the street, which wasn't very great. But nonetheless, we started walking home, and then Josh, one of our good friends, he realized that I left my sweater at the cellar, which is where we were that night. So he ran back to go get it while I got Neil set up back at the hostel. And at our hostel, there's about 4 flights of stairs till you get to the main level at reception. And so it's hard enough getting up those stairs sober or getting up there sober, not drunk. And Neil decided to sprint up them while he was drunk. So by the time I caught up to him, probably on like the 3rd flight of stairs, he was teetering back and forth on just in front of the landing. Sure enough, right as I got up there, he fell flat on his back, but it was probably the nicest fall possible. I didn't hear a thud or anything. He let himself down pretty nicely, but he was laying like this in the landing there. So I helped him up, got him into the room, and got him all set up, and then headed back outside to try to meet up with Josh to get my sweater. I figured Josh had headed to one of the clubs that people were going to head to afterwards. So when I went to the cellar and he wasn't there, I went to that club. So once I got there, they weren't really wanting to let me in because I guess I appeared more drunk than what I thought I did. So after a while of what I thought was persuading the bodyguard really wasn't, I eventually kind of just went in and didn't last very long and was pretty much kicked out pretty soon because I guess I hadn't really been let in when I thought I had. So maybe I was a little drunk, but after that, I just walked back home to find Neil not in his bed. So that was a little kind of a scare. So I went to the bathroom, and sure enough, he had made his way there, and he was doing the deed, puking at the side of the toilet there. So once I got back in, or once I got him back to bed, sorry, that was all it pretty much for the night. But after that, the next day we had our recuperation day, which basically wasn't really much. It was just us playing cards with Tom and with Josh. And then after that, the day after was the day I went on my, I guess, so-called journey. The journey consisted of me going back to my original family's homestead in Roscommon. So I took a bus in the morning at 8:30 in the morning. I just went by myself because Neil wasn't feeling up to it, but went there and got to Carrick-on-Shannon in the morning, and then decided to walk to the place, which it said on the map was about 12 kilometers. So I ended up walking what they said took about 13-14 minutes, and it ended up taking me 2.5 hours. And so I ended up walking about 20 kilometers, getting lost, and then after that just ended up running into this woman who invited me in for tea, who ended up setting me up with her son-in-law, who ended up driving me to this long-distance relative of mine, apparently that we're connected somehow, and then ended up driving me back into town. So definitely, like, never met them before in my life, complete strangers, and definitely is kind of fueling the whole love of Into the Wild and hitchhiking and stuff like that. So even though my sisters will probably hate to hear that, especially Lana, but other than that, that was pretty much it. I had to catch the last bus out of Carrick-on-Shannon, which was about at 7, and so I didn't get back to Galway till about 11. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for a couple videos coming soon from Neil's magical work with all his filming, and as well as just more blogs. So yeah, take care, guys.